Now, in this class, we are going to study white cast iron. Now, in this chapter, we are at the end part. That is, cast iron part is covered with its classification and how to produce the nodular cast iron from the gray cast iron. That also part we have covered. And in today's class, let us see the next type. That is white cast iron. So I repeat, those who were absent for previous class, let me tell. The cast iron are the types of cast irons, and they have percentage of carbon more than 2, and 2 to 6.67 percentage of carbon is present in the cast iron. However, commercial cast irons have only 4 to 5% of the carbon available. If you check any of the cast iron available in the nature, you'll find 4% to 5% maximum. Even 6.61 is the range. But at that 6.67%, the cement is 100%. And it will be brittle. That's why in today's life, up to 6.67, it is not taken. In today's class, let us see the type of white, properties and applications of white cast iron. In previous the gray cast iron. Now, why the name gray and white cast iron is given? So it was explained by me in the last class. If you take the cross section of the cast iron and if it will show faint black color, then that will be treated as a gray color. And cross section of the that cast iron shows gray color. That's why the name is gray cast iron. And here, whether the skin is visible. Hello friends, whether the skin is visible.
Voice is breaking.
I have taken next slide of white cast iron. Hi. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Whether white cast iron screen is visible to you?
No, sir. No, sir. No.
That's why problem. 1 minute. I'm trying. Now it is visible. Whether it is visible now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Visible.
Okay. So white cast iron. Cast iron shows bright cross section due to presence of combined carbon. That is cementite. So cementite is Fe3C. Iron carbide is also called as cementite. So this cementite shows bright color, and bright color is treated as a white. That's why the name of cast iron is white cast iron. There is no free carbon. Remember, the main difference between gray cast iron and white cast iron is there is no free carbon present in the white cast iron. Now, free carbon, how it is produced? Free carbon is produced due to graphitization reaction. Graphitization reaction, in last class I told, Fe3C, that gives 3Fe plus carbon. So this 3Fe goes to ferrite and C remains C as a free form. That is your free carbon in the form of flakes in case of gray cast iron. But here in this white cast iron, there is no such decomposition of the cementite, and hence cementite remains cementite. And remember, cementite is the hardest phase. That's why white cast iron is harder than gray cast iron, because gray cast iron don't have cementite. And his second statement is written, no graphitization reaction and decomposition of Fe3C. Why this is happening? Just recall the one table I have shown in the last class. What are the favorable conditions for white cast iron? The favorable conditions for white cast iron are less percentage of carbon, fast cooling rate, and negligible amount of graphitizing element. So graphitization reaction, Fe3C, that gives 3Fe plus C, it requires some time. So during the process only the cementite decomposes into iron and carbon. But if you don't give the time, If you cool very fast, so austenite plus cementite, whatever they are at higher temperature, it will be cooled as it is, and austenite is converted into perlite, and cementite remains cementite as it is. That's why the microstructure of white cast iron shows P plus Fe3C, that is shown here near the microstructure I have written P plus Fe3C. Now the rate of cooling is faster. So compare between grey cast iron and white cast iron. This question was asked earlier for 2-3 times. So you have to start with the what are the favorable conditions for grey cast iron, what are the favorable conditions for white cast iron. Accordingly, you should explain the table. So the table itself gives the difference points. Around 3.5 to 4.5% carbon in grey cast iron, then 2.5 to 3.5% carbon in white cast iron. White cast iron have negligible amount of graphitizing elements. Grey cast iron have more and considerable amount of these graphitizing element like silicon. The graphitization reaction takes place during formation of grey cast iron, whereas there is no graphitization reaction during formation of white cast iron. So these are the points of differences. Second, next point of difference is white cast iron is harder because of presence of cementite, and grey cast iron is soft because of presence of free carbon. The grey cast iron have excellent damping capacity due to presence of free graphite. White cast iron don't have damping capacity. Grey cast iron is tough, white cast iron is hard. So these are the number of points I have told. You have to write minimum 5 to 6 points to get 3 out of 3 or 4 out of 4 marks. I hope you are noting down whatever telegraphically in short you go on noting, because these videos I am going to share to you. Already I have shared the notes of this chapter also. And one more thing I want to clear. The syllabus was in the modifying stage. That's why this chapter I treated as a chapter number 1. But now once again complete final copy you will get within 1 or 2 days. And this is the second chapter. So after today's class, our 2 chapters are over. And today I am going to display the test that you have to solve at home, and you have to send it. I will tell at the end of the chapter. Now, white cast iron is hard, brittle, and wear resistant. So there is no wear and tear of the white cast iron. Okay. What are the applications? Road roller surfaces. You have seen road roller surfaces. Then ball mills. Ball mills. Can anybody tell what is the meaning of ball mill? Who will tell? You should understand the meaning. What is ball mill? अथर्व कुलकर्णी. Okay. What is your understanding by ball mill? If you don't know, then you can say ki I don't know.
No, sir, don't
Who will tell? Karuna Sarvade.
No, sir.
Okay, I will. Actually, whenever you are doing a crushing operation, so I am going to explain you this in last chapter. So crushing operation consists of crushing of the material, any of the material. So there is one mechanism, one drum is there. In that drum, hard balls of white cast iron and any other hard material, and the inside shell, whatever may be the liners, this hard surface for the drum, and the balls are also hard, and it is made rotated, and then after rotation the material which is inside, it is get crushed between balls and the surface, and in this way the crushing operation will be carried out and your material will convert into powder. So such hard surfaces are made up of white cast iron. The shell liners, similarly, whatever hard shells are there, their liners are made up of white cast iron. Then extrusion nozzles, you have seen the maybe in picture or maybe during industrial visit, extrusion process in manufacturing process. So that extrusion nozzles are made up of white cast iron. Now see the microstructure. I will explain how to draw. So it is having perlite plus cementite. So there is no free carbon. So dendritic structure is observed. See, are you able to see my cursor? Okay. This whitish part is cementite and blackish part is perlite. So how to draw in simple way? I will explain here. Start drawing. Actually, there are limitations because of this mouse and unfortunately. This is dendritic structure. I hope you are also drawing in notebook. See, your friends are joining now. Roll number 40, Rohit Chadge. You are not having seriousness. I will admit him. Hello, Mr. Rohit. Why are you late? So this is a gap you can make with pencil as a dark. So wherever there is a gap, I am making it dark. So this is cementite, Fe3C. And this at gap, whatever dark part I have shown, that is perlite. Now, this is the structure of white cast iron. You can beautify it. You can see the actual photograph and try to apply your skill to draw. I have just explained what is the method to draw the microstructure. Here, I will explain once again the grey cast iron part. Grey cast iron consists of ferrite plus carbon. So carbon is free. Here, perlite plus cementite. There is no Fe3C in grey cast iron. All these things are theoretical. The industrial word for it is combined carbon. If you go in any of the foundry and if you are pouring the grey cast iron, then the people are talking, you are getting grey cast iron or SG iron. What is combined carbon present? Contradictory question. I am repeating once again. In one hand, I am saying that in SG iron, the SG iron is product of grey cast iron. So while pouring SG iron or grey cast iron, people are talking what is the combined carbon in it. Theoretically, there is no combined carbon in grey cast iron and this SG iron. But if your graphitization reaction remains incomplete, then some amount of cementite, that is combined carbon, is observed in grey cast iron and SG iron. That is not desirable. That's why people are asking or inquiring what is combined carbon in grey cast iron and what is that is in SG iron. If it is less, very very less, it may be neglected. But if it is more, it will deteriorate the properties of grey cast iron and SG iron. That's why you should control the combined carbon and it should be eliminated completely in the grey cast iron and SG iron. So that is the important point I want to mention here. Theoretically, we are saying that there is no combined carbon in grey cast iron, but practically sometimes it remains at very negligible amount, which may deteriorate the properties. That's why it should be controlled. So white cast iron consists of perlite plus cementite. We'll go to next slide. Whether next slide is visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Somebody answer.
Visible.
Okay. Now, during explanation of the table, I told the mottled cast iron. What is mottled cast iron? Very simple. Mottled cast iron is mixture of grey cast iron and white cast iron. So that table, you look at the table, open the notebook pages and see that table. And the grey cast iron, what are the favorable conditions for grey cast iron? Higher carbon, slow cooling rate, and more amount of graphitizing element. If this will not be achieved, suppose now I have cast iron with me, I have grey cast iron block. Now that percentage of carbon is 3.5, and I will melt that grey cast iron. And during cooling, if I will follow the same method as like grey cast iron, I will get same grey cast iron in the solid as it is. But now what I will do, I will cool it very slowly. So during the cooling, the graphitization reaction takes place. Okay, and complete carbon is obtained. But second, little liquid I will put very fast. Means carbon is more and graphitizing elements are present. But I am not giving time for that graphitization reaction. So I am not giving time for graphitization reaction means cementite remains cementite as it is. But other two favorable conditions, that is graphitizing elements, that they will initiate the reaction, and then at room temperature you will find some amount of cementite is decomposed, whereas some amount of cementite remains as it is, and such structure will have mixture of grey cast iron and white cast iron. I repeat once again, in simple statement, when graphitization reaction Fe3C that gives 3Fe plus C is complete, then your structure is grey cast iron. If there is no graphitization reaction, white cast iron will be produced. But if incomplete graphitization reaction will be produced, then your microstructure will have grey cast iron as well as white cast iron. Such mixture, the cast iron is called as mottled cast iron. It is as shown here. So you have to combine grey cast iron structure with white cast iron structure, and then it will be mottled cast iron. So how to draw, I will show here. You can take screenshots. So this is area of white cast iron. Here I can show flakes also. Then this is perlite. Here the perlite is in the gap. And you have to fill this circle completely. Don't keep the gaps. So you have to fill it completely. So in this way, mixture of grey and white cast iron, if you draw, that will be mottled cast iron. Now, what is chilled cast iron? Chilled means fast cooling. Chilled cast iron also have grey and white cast iron. But there is a difference in chilled cast iron and mottled cast iron. So chilled cast iron having layer of grey and white cast iron, whereas mottled cast iron there is a complete mixture throughout. Means take the example of anvil. Anvil you have seen in the smithy shop. So where you are putting your rods and then you are going to hammer during the basic forging operations. So you want hard surface so that it will withstand the impacts of the hammer. But at the same time, when you are going to hammer, it should withstand the shocks also. That's why the surface of the anvil is hard, made up of white cast iron, and core part, inner part is grey cast iron. I will show the cross section here in this way. So this area will be grey cast iron, and this area is white cast iron. I hope you better understand. Just I have shown the cross section, and logically it is correct. So if you take one block of white cast iron, if you take one block of white cast iron, and you are going to address the structure, that's why you melt it, and if you pour in the mold, and you want complete white cast iron, then you should take care that the cooling effect will reach up to the center. Because center part, there is no any touch of the water or oil. Water or oil called as quenchant or coolant will only touch the outer surface. So your impact of cooling in such a way that it should reach up to the center. So from surface to center, there should be white cast iron. But it will not happen. So your center part gets cooled slowly, and only in the outer range there will be white cast iron, and at the inside part that cooling will be slow, and that slow cooling will produce grey cast iron structure, and that grey cast iron structure at the core part, that the center part, will help us for shock absorption. So this is the difference between mottled cast iron and chilled cast iron. So in mottled cast iron there is a mixing from surface to center, there may be mixture grey to white. But in case of chilled cast iron, only surface is complete white cast iron and center part remains the grey. So this is all about mottled and chilled cast iron. Now before we go to next slide, one important question. So grey cast iron structure is ferrite plus carbon or ferrite plus perlite plus carbon. Ferrite plus perlite plus carbon is the structure of grey cast iron, whereas white cast iron structure is perlite plus cementite. Now open the iron carbide diagram. See, on iron carbide diagram, we have shown here. I will draw somewhere for your understanding. This is 2%. And above this 2%, there is a cast iron. So what is structure here? It is P plus Fe3C. I hope you have opened your diagram. So which cast iron is shown on iron carbide diagram? Tell me. Which cast iron is shown on iron carbide diagram? Who will tell?
Sir, white cast iron.
Correct. Who is talking?
Sir, white cast iron.
Samruddhi. Okay, correct, Samruddhi. Then what about grey cast iron? How can we study the grey cast iron? Any idea?
No, sir.
Samruddhi.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, in case of study of grey cast iron, there is one separate diagram called as iron graphite diagram. So this diagram is itself iron carbide. So there is no question of iron carbide in case of grey cast iron. So that diagram will be iron graphite diagram. Diagram will be similar. So phase, only name of the phase will be different. So if you see the Kodgiri book, that diagram is available in the Kodgiri book as well as if you see on the Google iron graphite diagram for gray cast iron, you can see that. That diagram is not part of your syllabus, but for your just extra information, I have told you. No. The next screen is visible.
No, sir.
Wait. The internet is slow. I think now it is.
Yes, sir. Visible.
So product of gray cast iron is nodular cast iron, SGIN, and the same product of white cast iron is malleable cast iron. Again, hello.
Yes, sir.
Product of gray cast iron is 1 minute. Hello. Product of gray cast iron is GIN, and the product of white cast iron is malleable cast iron. So gray cast iron, what is the difference between malleable cast iron and ductile cast iron? This may be the question. I will explain you what is the difference in malleable cast iron and ductile cast iron. SGIN is also called as ductile cast iron because among the family of gray cast iron or among the family of all cast irons, that SGIN shows good quality of elongation, ductility. That's why the SGIN is also called as ductile cast iron. Now, the cast iron which is produced from cast iron is malleable cast iron. How ductile cast iron is produced or how SGIN is produced? It is produced by melting of gray cast iron. Remember, make underline to this word. The SGIN or ductile iron is produced from gray cast iron by melting of gray cast iron. Now, here there is no melting. Malleable cast iron is produced from white cast iron by malleabilizing heat treatment. So heat treatment means what? You are going to heat, soak and cool. There is no formation of liquid. Whereas in case of formation of SGIN, you are going to melt the gray cast iron and during pouring you are adding this nodularizing element like magnesium, aluminium, and then gray cast iron will be solidified as a SGIN. But here there is no any such case of melting. Here there is simply heat treatment carried out for some long period, and because of heating and soaking and cooling in different cooling rate, the white cast iron is converted into malleable cast iron. What is this process? I hope you are drawing this. Now I told there is no right in case of white cast iron. Hello? Hello? Am I audible? Am I audible? Abhinay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now white cast iron don't have free carbon, but malleable cast iron from white cast iron is having free carbon. Hello. 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 So I repeat, I repeat once again.
Yes, sir, audible.
White cast iron don't have free carbon, but malleable cast iron produced from white cast iron free carbon. So that free carbon is in the form of roasted. So how it is that I will show in the structure. So what is the basic composition of white cast iron? It is shown here, P plus Fe3C. That is perlite plus Fe3C. So this perlite plus Fe3C structure is heated at higher temperature, around 900 degrees Celsius. So around 900 degrees Celsius, the structure is heated and it is held there for almost 2 days. 24 hours to 48 hours, it is 20 to 50 written here. But in this way, it will keep the as it is. So before that, as soon as you heat white cast iron up to 900 degrees Celsius, perlite is not stable above 727. So perlite is converted into austenite and cementite remains cementite as it is. So the structure is gamma plus Fe3C. This gamma plus Fe3C structure is held for almost 50 hours. What will happen here? Because of holding, at this I will write 1. That is first stage of graphitization. I will write Roman I. That is Roman 1. That is first stage of graphitization. First stage of graphitization means what? Gamma remains gamma. Fe3C decompose into 3Fe plus C. That 3Fe will go to gamma and C remains separate. So that's why here structure is gamma plus C. Check, after 50 hours, the structure gamma plus Fe3C, that gives gamma plus C. Why? Because at this stage, this Fe3C into 3Fe plus C. So this 3Fe goes to gamma and C. And this C, that is free carbon, is in the form of rosette. So rosette is just complicated structure. I will show here. This is rosette structure. So I think it is not yet displayed. It will come within 3 seconds. So the rosette structure and that austenite, yes, it is displayed now. So that rosette structure and austenite is at 900 degrees Celsius. And you are going to cool it now with 2 different cooling rates. If you cool it little moderate cooling rate, austenite is converted into perlite and rosette remains rosette. So the final room structure, room temperature structure is P plus C, which is shown here, and it is MC. I stands for malleable cast iron perlitic. So perlitic malleable cast iron is produced, and the structure is perlite plus free carbon. And if you once again cool it little slowly, 10 to 30 hours is here. So in this 10 to 30 hours slow cooling, I think Roman 2 is Roman nothing but second stage of graphitization reaction. First stage of graphitization reaction takes place that gives 3Fe plus C, and then structure will produce carbon. And then second stage of graphitization reaction takes place during cooling, and then that once again it decomposes into C, and then C. Ask you where is cementite here? Cementite. Cementite. First gamma is into perlite. So this gamma that gives, and this perlite is having acidic. And this efficacy decomposes into C plus C. The structure is alpha and C. The structure is alpha and C. Metal cast iron. And take alternately somebody is writing voices. Internet voice is not audible. One minute. I will check. Now whether it is available, whether screen is available.
Screen is visible, sir, but why it's breaking?
Voice is breaking.
Yes, sir.
Now are you audible? No.
Also, sir, not able to understand what you are saying, sir. That much voice is breaking.
I am able to listen, but I don't know how to listen.
No, sir, still it is not clear.
Wait. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Audible?
No, sir.
What is audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Now you are audible. Nothing.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
हाँ, yes
Hello.
sir. Yes sir, yes sir.
Hello.
हाँ, yes sir.
Hello.
Oh.
Am I audible now?
Yes sir, you are audible.
Hello. Now I am audible. Somebody is putting the message. Okay. So, whether screen is visible to you? Somebody put in chat box.
No
Whether
sir,
screen is visible?
not visible.
No.
Ah, no sir.
One minute. 1 minute. Okay. Just wait for 5 minutes. Huh? Am I audible? Somebody just put in chat box. Am I audible? Okay, just wait for 5 minutes. Our last 2 slides are remaining. Is the screen visible? So, please put in chat box whether screen is visible. Okay. So these are the options of ferritic malleable cast iron and ferritic malleable cast iron. So I have explained the rate of if it is little moderate ferritic malleable cast iron, and if it is low, it is ferritic malleable cast iron. If the microstructure will be ferritic ferritic malleable cast iron. So check plus C. So application producing the gears, axles,
Sir,
and ferritic. Hello.
sir, voice is not clear, sir. I'm not getting anything, sir.
Hello.
Sir, voice is not clear. No, sir, voice is not clear.
Yes, yes, I'm getting you. Wait. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Am I?
No, still breaking voice.
Last release text. Hello. Whether I am audible now? Okay. Now I am putting messages in chat box. Please follow it. Whether I am audible now?
Yes, sir.
Somebody reply with unmuting.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Now, next slide. Next slide is just general formation of gray cast iron, white cast iron I have shown. You can take screenshots. So cast iron, when it is cooled slowly, it gives SG iron. Its microstructure is shown there. But if it is if you are cooling it without addition of this, then you will give gray cast iron and so fast cooling will give white cast iron, and heat treatment of white cast iron will give malleable cast iron. Okay. next. Screen is visible to you now.
Sir, screen is visible.
Test one metallurgy.
Voice is sometimes breaking,
Now
sir.
whether that end part I will cover in next class, but time being, just tell me whether. Hello. Somebody reply.
Yes, sir.
Test is visible, na?
Yes, sir, visible.
Okay, you please solve this on plain paper and scan it. I will tell you how to send it to me. I will prepare some Google form. You send it to me. So please take screenshot of this. I have taken. I will keep it for some 1 minute. In today's class, we have 1 or 2 slides audible to you. That part I will explain you in the next class again. So, shall we close now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I hope you have more. I will put in chat box. Okay. So we'll stop the lecture now. Thank you.